Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 25th, 2026. I'm hoping everybody had a great Thursday out there so far, but it is a great Thursday evening. Everybody can stay safely well and also enjoy the weather. Got the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the storm system moving across the country. Also, and then your tropical weather outlook as well. Also, the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your local forecast also included in the next forecast graphic. For Friday, Saturday, your current watch and warning advisory map, and also take a look at the rainfall totals over the next 7 days. So make sure you just stick around to the entire video. Make sure you subscribe as well. I was a lady video, share these videos, and let's continue showing over there, folks. Alright, you can see here across the tropics, tropical Atlantic look pretty quiet. That little tropical disturbance I was showing you last night kind of just dissipated out in the central tropical Atlantic, so that's good news. A little tropical wave east of the South American coast, scattered activity across South America, more activity across the Central American region, across the Yucatan Peninsula, a little bit across the northern Leeward Islands into portions of Dominican Republic, Haiti over toward Cuba, across the Florida Keys into Florida, also off the east coast of the U.S. More activity in the eastern Pacific from the Hawaiian chain out east to the Mexican and Central American coast, but most of the activity right off the Mexican coast. A little tropical system could develop in the next few days there as well. Alright, got more activity across Mexico, and then a lot of activity across the U.S. stretching from Washington, Oregon, through Montana, all the way down toward down towards New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, far east of the Dakotas, also into areas of Missouri, and also into portion of Arkansas, also into portion of Illinois, Indiana, southeast Canada, stretching all the way up into portions of the northeastern U.S. through Pennsylvania and New York State, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, and southeast Canada around Ottawa and Toronto, Canada regions as well. Otherwise, that's pretty much your local forecast there. Getting ahead of myself, but that's your satellite imagery as we currently move on to your local forecast there. And take a look at your Friday forecast now. Should roll out something like here across the board. Alright, we got some critical fire weather over here in portion of Wyoming, Utah, western Colorado to Arizona to Nevada. Got patches of new mixed precipitation over here in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho and Wyoming. Shower activity in Washington, Oregon State, Northern California, coastal waters. We got some flash flooding and heavy rain in portions of Arkansas, Missouri, to Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, to West Virginia, Kentucky, portions of Tennessee. Severe weather with portion of Indiana, southern Indiana, I can't get it out. Southern Indiana, also the portion of Kentucky and Illinois. We got thunderstorms and showers elsewhere from Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, Montana, right along the Canadian-U.S. border, stretching through the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, down to Texas, New Mexico, northern Mexico State, also into areas of Missouri over towards Maine, New Brunswick, D.C., down into the Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, much of Florida, Florida Keys, portions of the Gulf, and the Atlantic coastal waters. Otherwise, expect your high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, let's roll on into your Saturday forecast now. You should roll out something like this here across the board. And as you can see, we got high pressure system, low pressure system, cold front, warm front, dry fronts, and scattered across the areas. Alright. Got some severe weather down here in portions of Virginia, North Carolina. Heavy rain flash flooding over portions of Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. More severe weather up here in portions of the Dakotas and Montana. More mixed precipitation. I can't get it out. But anyway, for Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and also Montana through Wyoming. Shower activity in Washington, Oregon State. Thunderstorms and showers for areas of Washington down toward California, over toward Utah, Montana, right along Canadian-U.S. border to the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, to Missouri, to Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, to Tennessee, up into Virginia, also New Brunswick, Maine, and also a portion of New York State, down into the eastern South Carolina, down into the Florida Keys, Big Bend area of Florida, toward the Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, a little bit in Texas and Oklahoma. Otherwise, expect your high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Saturday. Alright. Alright. Let's continue to roll on into your current watch and warning advisory map for your location across the nation. And it should roll out something like this here across the board. Okay. As you can see, we got a lot of red flag warnings over here in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, through Nevada, California, Arizona, also Utah, and also into areas of Colorado. Special weather statements in Colorado and also New Mexico. Severe thunderstorm watches and warnings in Wyoming. We have some winter storm warnings in effect up here in areas of Montana and Idaho. And wind advisories also in effect for portions of Montana, Idaho, and also California. Also got some severe thunderstorm warnings also in effect, and watches in effect for Oklahoma, Texas. Some tornado watches there in the yellow across Oklahoma and also Nebraska, Kansas. And then we have some flood watches in the green for portions of northwestern Nebraska, also eastern Colorado through areas of Kansas, into Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. Flash flood warnings there as well. And also we have a few tornado warnings also in Missouri, and also portions of Arkansas as well. Got some severe thunderstorm warnings and watches there also, and also more severe thunderstorm watches for Ohio into Pennsylvania. Alright, got some flood warnings for portions of Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and also Illinois. And then we got smoke rat advisory, gale warning for Southern California to Oregon State, Southern Hawaii and Chain Island, and Hawaii and Alaska looks good. So some red flag warnings in the burgundy color, and hydro issues in the green. Okay, let's go over to the severe weather perspective of the video. Should roll out something like this here across the board. Alright, we have a marginal resting portion of Maine stretching down toward Albany, New York. Then again over here in portions of Montana to Amarillo, Texas, far east. And of course it's going to refresh when I'm starting to get interested in it. Alright, let's do it again here. Alright, from Montana to Amarillo, Texas, far east of Bowling Green and Nashville, Tennessee. Then in Bowling Green, Kentucky with Nashville, Tennessee. I got to get that straightened out. Alright, over here in portions of Evansville, Indiana, southern Illinois, got a slight risk there. General thunderstorms elsewhere in the green across the board. Tornado probability rolls out like this. We have 5 and 2% across Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, portion of Kentucky. Alright, damaging winds. 5% Maine into New York State. Then again from portion through the Dakotas, Minnesota. And here's the, let me go back to the damaging wind through the Dakotas, Montana, down to Texas, to Tennessee, Kentucky, and southern Indiana. And you done seen the large hail pretty much across the northeast, across Illinois, Indiana, also across portion of Oklahoma up into Montana. Alright, let's roll on into your day number 3. Alright, well, slight risk of severe weather here from Roanoke to Raleigh to almost to Charlotte. Will not be surprised to see that could itch down a little further into South Carolina as well. We'll continue to monitor that. And right now they just have a marginal risk from Wilmington to Charleston to Savannah, all the way over toward Hannibal and Kansas City. Slight risk up here around Glasgow to Bismarck to Minute, and then elsewhere for eastern Montana down to Rapid City over to Grand Forks. Marginal risk. And the general probability rolls out like this. Well, of course it's going to refresh as well. That's my look. But anyway, we'll get to it here in just a second. So shouldn't take too long to get back to the probability. And that rolls out 5 and 15%. Significant severe weather going to be over Montana through the Dakotas and across eastern North Carolina and Virginia. Alright, let's roll on into day number 4. And here's day number 4 across Minute, Bismarck, and Grand Forks. Day number 4 for slight risk. Day number 5 looks like this. You can see it. Put it back over here. Duluth, back in the portion of Minnesota, and also northern portion of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and over towards northwestern Michigan. You'll be included in a slight risk. A marginal risk will outline this area on day 3 when it gets there in the next couple days to come. Alright. Rainfall totals dropped to level 48. Heavy precipitation over Mexico. Then again across portions of Oklahoma, Kansas, all the way far east through areas of Illinois, Indiana, all the way to portions of Pennsylvania, off the Atlantic coast, across Florida, across Canada, also across Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State, through the Dakotas, a little bit across Minnesota and Wisconsin. Elsewhere You can expect maybe from nothing to maybe up to an inch of rain in some location under heavier thunderstorms and showers were over the next 7 days in your local forecast area. So, alrighty, well, hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Thursday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.